What up, baby? It's your boy, the ATX Sooner, back with another video. And you know what it mean, man, when you see this voice, when you see this face, when you see this voice, when you hear this voice, when you see this face. It means it's time for Oklahoma football. Finally. Finally, it's been such a long off season. Y'all know me. I'm not the off season guy. I'm strictly in season because that can get pretty boring to me, honestly. I'm pretty sure it can get pretty boring to y'all, but I might change that up this year. Who knows? No promises. I'm just not a big fan of the off season talk. But anyways, if it's your first time watching this, if this your first time tuning in, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I missed y'all, man. Hey, it's been a long time. Look, it's a whole different scenery around here. It's a lot of changes that's been made in my life. I'm pretty sure a lot of differences are in your life as well. But today, we gonna preview this Illinois State game, man. Oh, it feels so good to say that. It feels like it's been so long. I'm rusty right now. 100% transparency here. This is my third time making this video. That's how rusty I am. I understand that, a lot of the full year podcasters here, or whatever you want to call this thing here, they don't have to knock rust off because they've been doing this all year. Not me, baby. Not me. The first time, I didn't hit record on the camera. The second time, I didn't hit record on this microphone. Now, I'm recording on the camera. I'm recording on the microphone. Everything should be good. So let's get into this, okay? And when I say I'm previewing this game, I'm going to let you know straight up, it's all about Oklahoma, all right? I don't need to say anything about Illinois State at all, okay? We all understand that as a fan base, we're kind of looking past them to week 2. We want to see what Michigan look like this week. We worried about this Michigan game because that's going to tell us everything we need to know going forward. All right, so are we going to learn a lot this game? Probably not. Honestly, if we do learn anything this game, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because we shouldn't learn anything. We expect what we expect, and that's what we should see on this TV when we watch it this Saturday. So let's get into it, man. The offense. All right. Brand new offense, brand new offensive coordinator, brand new quarterback, brand new running back, brand new wide receivers, brand new tight ends. The only thing that's the same as last year is the offensive line, which is a great thing. Okay, that's what you want. That's what you want to come back. You want that. Obviously, a lot of people look at that as a bad thing because the offensive line was trash last year. But let's be honest. We didn't have any cohesion last year at offensive line. We didn't have any consistency at offensive line. Oklahoma might have been the most banged up team last year in the history of NCAA. At least my 31 years. I can't sit here and talk about the 70s or the 80s, just from me, from what I've experienced. I've never seen a team this banged up, a team that was so promising. Bad offensive coordinator hire, gotta be real about that. But just never seen that happen. And then on top of that, to have one of the toughest schedules to add to that, just a bad year. So we're going to refrain from talking about last year. Let's just talk about this year, okay? Brand new everything on offense, pretty much. Brand new car, all right? We're going to see, is the performance specs on this car, is the performance as good as the specs show, all right? So let's start with the offensive line since that is something that's not really new for us. What do I expect from this offensive line? 100% dominance, nothing less. 100% dominance. I expect communication. I want to see, this is what I want to see. All that. I want y'all to be able, this is the, we got the training wheels on this game. All right. This is that, let's see what we look like, Nothing on the other side of that offensive line is worth being scared of. It's all about you. All right, I want to see y'all communicating. When it comes to running the ball, I want to see the holes. I want to be able to, as a 31-year-old man with a bad knee, a bad shoulder, and a couple hurt ankles, I should be able to get 50 to 100 yards. Put the pads on me. Put the Oklahoma helmet on me. Put any number that you want on my jersey. I should be able, me. I probably run right now a 4.8, 4.9. I should be able to. I might be hyping that. All right, I probably run like 5 flat if I'm being honest. Maybe like a 5 flat, but I should be able to gain 50 to 100 yards myself due to this offensive line's dominance. All right, now getting past the second level, making a man miss, we ain't gonna talk about all that. All right, I ain't saying that at all. I'm just saying I should be able to get some yards this game. Me, all right. Let alone Javonte Barnes. Let alone the young buck we got behind him this game. That's what I expect, man. And when it comes to that pocket, when it comes to John Mateer, he should be clean as a whistle in that pocket. It should damn near look like we're warming up for the game. I don't want to see any Illinois State players anywhere around him in his vicinity at all. Running backs, I want to see that pass pro on fleek, no issues. This is the expectations this game. We're not playing Michigan. We're not Texas playing Ohio State. We're not Alabama playing Florida State. We're playing Illinois State. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. They're the number 6 team in the FCS or whatever. Whatever. You know, I know this team's not looking past this game. I know this team's not looking past this game, but we are. Let's be honest. We are looking past this game. All right. We worried about Michigan next week. So, for us to go into Michigan with the correct amount of confidence, the correct amount of expectations, O-line, let's dominate this game. All right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? We should dominate this game as an offensive line group. All right? Y'all been hanging out together. Y'all been meeting up for the most out of any position group on the team. Y'all have been meeting up the most, and that is a great thing. That's a beautiful thing to hear. But none of that matters if it don't reflect on the field. All right. Now let's talk about John Mateer. All right. Brand new quarterback. Led the nation in touchdowns last year. Of course, he was playing for Washington State, so they didn't really play too much, but they did play Boise State. They did play Washington. You know, they did. They didn't play too many. Let's be honest. They didn't play nobody. But what do I expect from John Mateer? I expect him to be the captain on the field. I want it to be 100% clear who is the captain. Make the correct checks. Communicate with your offensive line. And when it comes to this game, honestly, this should be a highlight tape for you. Whenever they're playing the 2025 season highlights for John Mateer, most of it should be coming from this game. Honestly, this should be no competition for you. You know, it should be a walk in the park. And if that is the case, if that is what ends up happening, then that means that we got what we paid for. Okay? And we paid a lot for him. We paid a lot for the man. All right? We paid a good amount. We paid some change for that boy. So I expect us to get what we paid for. And that's just, honestly, the dude's a dog. Dog. He's a dog. We know he's a dog. All right? I want to see that. I want to see that on this game tape. I want to see that for this highlight film that you're about to place in front of this Oklahoma fan base this year. Okay? This is the first date. Let's put it that way. This is the first date. We didn't get a spring game. So this is the first date. All right? And first impressions last a lifetime, as we know. So let's get what we paid for, all right? Now, going back to the whole pass protection and everything for the running backs and stuff like that, let's talk about the running backs. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 2 100-yard rushers this game. 2 of them. One of them probably being John Mateer. Let's just be honest. If he plays long enough, one of them being John Mateer. But Javonte Barnes, even if Ott gets a little bit of playing time out there, if he can rush for 100 yards, and that just lets you know exactly what we got with him. But the young buck, can't think of his name right now. One of y'all two, we need a 100-yard rusher this week at running back, at the running back position. All right, and then I know a lot of y'all, I've been paying attention, just because I ain't been here on the YouTube channel, I ain't been here, providing the content. I've been paying attention. I've been peeping. We've been crying. We've been boo-hooing that Jaden Ivey is not a starter this week. But let's be honest. Do you want a 100% Jaden Ivey for Michigan? Or do you want a 75-85% Jaden Ivey against Illinois State with the chance of him getting banged up and not being 100% for Michigan? I say that to say this. Stop crying, all right? Them coaches, they know what they doing. They know what's best for Oklahoma. And although last year might not have reflected that, they know damn well that Jaden Ivey is not needed for this game. All right, if Javante Barnes and the young buck can't do it, then or Xavier Robinson, if they can't do it, then it's a problem. Okay, so I have 100% safety. I feel comfort in our running back options for this game. All right, but one of them need to go rush for 100 yards, and that's a fact. All right, we need that. Because we need to figure out who is running back 2. This game should set in stone. Who is running back 2? I know DeMarco Murray likes to rotate his running backs here and there. But just like Ben Arbuckle said, if somebody's hot, he's hot. We're not taking him out the game. And I hope DeMarco Murray understands that. But that's what you want to hear from your offensive coordinator. And that's exactly how you get a 100-yard rusher on that field. By less subs. If he's hot, he's hot. Give him the ball. So who's gonna be that running back this week? Who's gonna be that guy that steps up and submits themselves as RB2 100%? Now let's go to the wide receiver group. Man, a bunch of new names. But they're healthy. Somewhat. Okay. We know the Gibson twins aren't really healthy. They're banged up, but I think that they'll probably be playing next week. I'm pretty sure that's what we're saving them for, or at least SEC play. But I don't think they shouldn't be needed this week or next week, honestly. I believe that we got I believe we got the players in that wide receiver group that can make a difference. But please, somebody stand out. Like, can somebody stand out? Can somebody pencil themselves in as wide receiver 1? Can somebody be that Joaquin Iglesias, Marquise Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Malcolm Kelly? You can go on and on and on. Can somebody be that guy that we can just depend on day in and day out? First through third down, maybe fourth down if need be. Like, can somebody show that? That's what I'm looking for. I want to see somebody step up to the plate and pencil themselves in, lock themselves in as this is Oklahoma's threat at wide receiver. We know Deion Burks is probably going to be that guy, but we never know. This is going to, like I said, we're not going to learn too much from this game, but we can at least go into Michigan with certain comforts, knowing that, okay, we got this guy out there. We got this guy at running back, RB2. And tight ends, tight ends are a little banged up here. We lost some in the transfer portal, which a lot of y'all are happy with. I honestly think that we should have kept, I can't even think of his name, LSU guy. But either way, Jaren Kanak. A lot of people look at that as a red flag. I look at that as that's somebody you want on the field at all times. He's somebody who played linebacker for the first time at Oklahoma. D1, Division I. He played linebacker and never played linebacker in high school. 100% athlete. Okay? And I have no worries about him showing that he is a great athlete at tight end. Obviously, I don't think this offense is really tight end heavy. But I feel like Jaren Kanak can step up to the plate and provide anything we need at tight end, whether it's blocking or catching the ball. So I'm not worried about tight end, honestly. I feel like we got a good stable of tight ends, And honestly, we want to see Kanak succeed. We want to see him prove to us that he can get to that next level, because I do believe that he is a player capable of playing at the next level at whatever position that they want him to be in. A Taysom Hill type of guy. Not saying he's going to be quarterback, but I'm just saying a very versatile type of player. So that's the offense, man. I just feel like, I might not think we can learn too much from this offense this game, but at least don't embarrass us. Like last year was an embarrassment. Like what, 131st or 130th in the nation of like 134, 135 teams or something. Like, come on. Oklahoma. We're talking about the Crimson and Cream. Oklahoma Sooners was in the back end of offensive production last year. Can't happen 2 years in a row. And I feel like with our offensive coordinator, it's not gonna happen. Hopefully, like I said before, we can get this Washington State success. It would be beautiful if we could have a top 5 offense like they did. But get us in that top 30 range, we're going to be just fine, all right? Now, let's talk about the defense. Again, we're covering the Illinois State game. The reason why I'm not talking about Illinois State at all is because I feel like there's not a threat. I'm looking beyond Illinois State, if I'm being honest. But this is just simple. The defense is going to be a very quick cover. Because this is for the entire defense, from defensive line all the way back to the safety group. Do your job. That's all we need from you, is to do your job. As long as you do your job, we have nothing to worry about. As long as you can do your job, we're going to get the sacks. We're going to get the tackles for loss. Might even get a couple picks. Who knows? Of course, that cornerback group is something that everybody was kind of questioning. I'm one of the guys where it's like, okay, it sounds good in practice that a lot of people, that we got some guys stepping up, but you got to show me. Show me. And if you can't show me against Illinois State, I don't expect you to show me against the Auburn. I don't expect you to show me against Texas or anybody, LSU, Show me that you can lock down. And I believe I got 100% faith in them guys. I do believe that they will prove that point. But again, if you can't do it against Illinois State, you're kind of setting my expectations going forward. Because they do got a very nice wide receiver out there that can play at the next level. And honestly, I don't think he should be a threat for us at all. Why? Because I don't think that quarterback should have any time to get rid of the ball. I expect plenty sacks. I expect plenty tackles for loss from that front seven. And as long as that happens, that secondary shouldn't have anything to worry about. Which is why, again, like I said, we're not going to learn much. But I don't think there is much to learn from this defense. I think it's pretty proven already. And anybody that, has anything other to say about that, you haven't been keeping up with Oklahoma football. But that's it, man. Do your jobs. That's it. But again, what do I expect the score to be? Man, it should be a blowout. I'm not saying that they're not gonna score at all. If anything, I give them 3 points. I give them 6 points. If that defense does their job, they shouldn't score more than 2 field goals. So let's just call it 41-3. 41-3 off the top of the dome. Don't got this written down nowhere. I'm just going off. This is off a feeling. Okay, this is what I expect. I expect to see dominance across the board. When it comes to the kicking, show us everything that they've been talking. They've been hyping the kicker up, which is a great thing because last year we didn't hear anything about the kicker. But prove to us that the kicker is reliable. Prove to us that the kicker is consistent. And honestly, hopefully you don't even have to prove that to us because we're scoring touchdowns, not field goals. When it comes to punting, and of course I'm covering special teams right now. When it comes to punting, I don't even want to know your name. Who are you? It should be going into next week. Do we have a punter? That should be the mentality going into the Michigan game, because I don't expect to see you at all. If I'm seeing you too many times, if I'm knowing your name, then obviously, Houston, we have a damn problem. Okay? Kick return. which I don't even expect to see maybe once, twice. Can we get some spark out there? Can we get some spark from that kick returner, that kick return team? Um, that's one thing Oklahoma's been lacking in this Brent Venables era is there's been no spark from special teams really at all. I think last year it was cool. Jaden Kinnick had that fumble recovery touchdown. That was one of few, very few. Okay, so let's get some spark from the special teams, man. We need to play as a unit and show everybody in the nation that yeah, we're playing Illinois State. We get it, but we're playing them exactly how we should play them, and it's a non-threat at all. All right, so that's my expectations for this week, man. Tomorrow I'll be back. I want to talk to y'all about Brent Venables. You know, we got some people that are in on him. We got some people that are out on him. I'm gonna tell you exactly why we need to be 100% in on Brent Venables, and he is the guy going forward. But anyways, that's another video in the future tomorrow. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said before, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at the ATX Sooner. The same thing that you see on my YouTube channel, that's the same thing on Twitter, the same thing on TikTok, all that. So y'all make sure y'all follow me. Let's talk about it in the comments, man. Do y'all agree with me? Do y'all think I'm tripping? How do y'all feel about this team? How do y'all feel about this week? Do you think we're gonna learn something? Who's gonna be our lead? Who's gonna be our leading rusher this week? Who's gonna be our leading receiver this week? And who's gonna lead in tackles this week? Let's talk about it down in the comments. I want to be more. I want to have more conversation. Let's continue this conversation down there. But anyways, man, I like to end my videos with the positive message of the day. It doesn't happen all the time because I'm not feeling positive all the time, if I'm being honest. But this ain't something I write down. This is just something that kind of goes off the top of the head. And what I had in mind today with the last two videos that I recorded that didn't even record is, man, keep your head up. Y'all keep y'all's heads up because you woke up this morning. When you wake up in the morning, that means you have the opportunity to be a better version of yourself. You have an opportunity to grow. Okay? Take advantage of that because not everybody got that same opportunity. Some people didn't wake up this morning, and some of y'all know that because y'all are feeling that pain yourselves. So take advantage of the fact that you're able to breathe and experience another day. You might not be doing something that you like doing. You might be doing something that you hate doing every day, but you got the opportunity to wake up. So take the advantage, take that and grow from it. You know, and not only for yourself, grow for other people. You know, put a smile on their face, provide smiles for people. You know, I wake up every morning and on my way to work, I always pray, help me provide a smile on somebody's face today. Because you never know what the next person is going through. You know, and you could be that person that changes their life to propel them to be the better version of themselves. You know, and who knows, maybe that's what I'm doing right now for you guys. If so, I'm happy that I'm able to do that. But that's it, man. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all know how we end these videos because it's the only way. It's true and it's in our DNA. Baby. I'm just saying that, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in again. Thank you. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.